Hi, Ryan Michael Galloway here with WeDon'tNeedNoStinkingRecordCompany.com, and I'm going to have to make a couple posts tonight and just kind of dribble them out over the next few days because I've got a heavy gigging schedule coming up, and I'm not sure that I can lace the shooting in like I usually do. I do a separate one every single night and put it out. This time I'm going to do several in a row, so my clothes aren't going to change, and I'll dribble these out over the next few nights. But anyway, speaking of gigging, what about that? A lot of people ask me, is it worth doing free gigs, and where do I play? And I'm just getting started, or I'm going and I need to get to the next level, or whatever. My first feeling is you got to get some momentum going, and to do that, you may need to play for a year or two, or a year and a half, or 8 months, or some fairly extended period of time, as much as you possibly can. Why? Because you want to be able to show a list of recent gigs to the next people that are going to hire you. And if they kind of see the types of places you've been playing, it gives them a signal as to whether or not you might be able to fit in their particular venue. So, as an example, I started back up a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago now, and I had decided, even though the economy turned down, that I would keep going. And I've mentioned this before. If I'd stopped playing, then there'd be a big gap in the gigs that I was doing, and I would not be able to demonstrate to the next people that were going to actually hire me and pay me money that I had been continually staying up on it and continually playing and continually keeping up a following. And in fact, that following would have died very quickly that I stopped. And so, not literally, but you know what I'm saying. They would have waned. They would have fallen away. There had been very little reason to stay in touch with them. So I advocate playing and playing a lot. And where? Well, you're starting out. You get different levels of your career, different times of your career, and there are different times when different things make sense, and there are times when things make sense no matter where you're at. You have to obviously measure up against the time that you have at the moment. But of course, the big ones are to get started are clubs, nightclubs, and restaurants. Rule about nightclubs and restaurants is they cannot support you if they do not sell alcohol and sell a lot of it. So if you have a chance to play a sandwich shop or a coffee house, you're going to either live off of tips or a very, very small amount of money. So keep that in mind. Unfortunately, it's alcohol that has a big enough markup to support entertainment. Now, you're going to have to decide if you're in the realm in which you've got to draw people, or you just got to keep them there in order to pay for yourself. I'm playing a lot of hotel gigs right now. The important thing there is that I keep them there and keep them at the bar and encourage them to, have a good time, and they keep ordering drinks. Well, that can pay for itself really fast if you have an audience to draw from and keep there. The other is, if you're going to play really big venues, really big clubs, and a couple hundred seat or a couple thousand seat dance halls and large rooms, then you're going to have to develop that following, and you will be responsible for drawing the people. Of course, the publicity will largely be handled by the venue. So these musicians that say it's not my job to draw anybody in, well, that may be true, but you sure make a whole lot more money if you do. So keep that in mind. We're going to come back tomorrow night real quickly with some more information about venues, places to play. I am Ryan Michael Galloway, and we're at WeDon'tNeedNoStinkingRecordCompany.com. Thanks.